Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Leftovers Podcast. My name is Cooper.
I'm Riley.
I'm Paige.
Kale is back again.
Yeah, before...
Welcome.
Possibly.
Forever.
Yep.
Well, we have a special announcement. Kale, over here, is now an official member of the Leftovers Podcast.
Yeah.
So...
How was your week, Cooper?
Oh...
You were gone.
The projects, they just never end. I worked...
Well, they do, and they have. But yeah.
They're gonna start back up again. Okay,
Eventually.
I'm gonna do my Fiverr shit this summer. And those are like mini projects, but at least I'm getting paid for those.
Nice. That
So,
should be incentive.
yes, that is my incentive. And these school projects, they just never end. I coded 2 whole websites in a weekend, and I found out that it's possible to code 2 small websites in a weekend, but you shouldn't. It's just not worth it. Just don't fucking do it. And I didn't want to do it in 2 days, in a weekend, but that's just how shit worked out, because I had another project for one of my art classes where I had to make this fucking poster and this storyboard, and that took forever. And then, after I coded the websites, I had like maybe 6 hours of breathing time, and then I had to get started on my fucking advertising project where I had to make a bunch of ads for Lego. I had to do my Japanese project and rehearse it, because it was like a presentation. It was like a story time play. And so I had to like translate the script, edit it, and then I made the PowerPoint. And that took a while. Longer than I was expecting. So 4 projects in total, and the advertising project was like 9 small projects combined into one. And I finished that one legit like 5 minutes before I was supposed to present it. And I also had to dress up for the presentation. So I was like running out the door with my button-down shirt not buttoned correctly.
Looking snazzy.
Looking real snazzy with
Like
my...
an anime girl in the first episode.
Toast
with the
in
toast
your
in my mouth.
Yeah.
Bag just like barely hanging from my fingertips. I actually had a belt and a tie in my hand, like I was about to whoop
God.
someone. Just walking across campus holding this belt and this tie, looking
I
really
have a
disheveled, kind of
question.
homeless.
How did you not kill yourself in that time?
It was very hard. It was very hard. I was probably like too in the zone to think about suicide.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have time to kill myself.
You didn't have
Oh, that
time to
makes
die.
sense.
Here's a little story I told my friend. So it was like at 3 a.m, and my fucking Premiere crashed, and I was using it to make this Lego video ad for my project. Now the ad's only 15 seconds, but you know, I worked hard on it, and Premiere just fucking crashed, and it booted up the autosave it made. But the autosave was like when I was first making
No.
the ad, so I was about to fucking break down, and as a single tear shed from my little eye ran down my cheek, I realized I don't have fucking time to cry.
That's maybe
No
the
time for
saddest thing I've
sadness.
ever heard.
So I finished the project. I finished the video, and then I finished some other stuff, went to sleep, woke up noon the next day, and then finished the project. So yeah.
I probably would have cried as I was doing the project. I'd been like,
Listen, crying takes time and energy. It's just not
He's
worth it.
right. It's inefficient.
It's
you
very
can do stuff
inefficient.
at the same time.
You're wasting your fluids.
You can eat and cry. You can run and cry.
You know all about these things.
You can swim and cry.
Well,
you
if
had
you
all
swim
these
and cry, how would anyone
experiences?
know you're crying?
Exactly. You can take a test and cry.
You can.
That's what I did in math class.
That's what most people did in math class.
I had a good week. I went fishing. I went fishing for
kissed
the
a
first
fish?
time. I kissed a fish. They kept on asking me if I was going to kiss the fish, and I kept on telling them maybe if the fish is really nice. But then eventually I was like, I'll kiss a fish. But I didn't, like, kiss it on the mouth. I just, on the fin.
On the fin.
I assumed it was on the mouth this whole time. I don't know why.
Me too.
No. Just, like, the side of the fish I kissed.
Oh, okay.
Well, if
You're
you
not
love
at
her-
that level of your relationship yet.
No, I don't. I'm the second or third date type of girl, but Holly and I, she went with me, And I asked her if she's been fishing before, because this was the first time I went fishing, and she was like, yes. And I caught a shirt the first time I went fishing. I was like, that sounds amazing, like you have experience. And we caught a bunch of sticks, and also she caught a root connected to the bottom of the pond that we were fishing in. And we caught the same fish together. 2 fishing poles, 1 fish. Romance.
Like that scene in Lady and the Tramp.
Just like Lady and the Tramp.
But with the fish
fishing
We both
pool.
reeled in the fish and then kissed it.
at the same time.
One of you gets the fin, one of you gets the lips.
Okay, well, Riley, how was your week?
It was fine. I don't know if I should say what I did unless anyone here gives a shit about me going in on the pros and cons of the Dragon Age series as a whole.
I don't know.
You want to talk about Dragon Age, buddy?
Sure.
What do you think?
The first game's good, but it's like the first game, so it's old.
But is it good?
Yeah, no, it's
It's
good.
a
The
good
story's
old
really
game.
good. Second game's abysmal.
You're just
Never want to
diving into
see
that
her
one.
again. Don't know her. She's ugly. And then Inquisition, the third game, it's good. It's not, the story's not as good as the first one, but it's more fun. And yeah, the second one though holds a special place in my heart.
You played it so many
Played it
times.
so much when I was like 12 or something, because like it was the only game in the house for a while, because I lost a lot of games because I would just break them and lose them and stuff. And so for a while
Gamer rage.
on the 360 I just had like Dragon Age and Skyrim, but then Skyrim broke, so all I had left was Dragon Age.
Oh, what a great choice. That's
And
definitely
so-
the better end of the deal, let me just say.
So yeah, I played that game several times over and over again, not realizing it was bad, and then came back years later and it's like, wow, this is really awful. And yeah, that was the thing. Both me and Paige have been going back through them. I'm still playing the first game. Riley.
You don't know us, it's fine.
Never
yeah,
matter.
you just fucking hate us, whatever. But yeah, I really like Origins, but there's a DLC for Origins called Awakening that's like the size of a full game, and it's fucking garbage.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people like some of the story bits in it, but when I started playing it, it was so boring at the beginning, and like felt really drab and dismal,
Yeah, it's so gray.
and that wasn't appealing. So I never really got around to playing that one, even though I did have that one.
And let me just say, your immediate companions that are given to you in Awakening, not worthwhile.
When does Liliana show up?
She's in Origins.
What a bad bitch.
And she's the best. She's absolutely the best. I stand.
I wanted to romance her in Inquisition, but
We all did,
she
we
was
all
not
did.
an option.
Oh no.
It's a real shame.
She was there, though. You couldn't romance her, and it felt like pain.
Pain.
She was cool.
Not that like BioWare romances are
They're not.
really worth
I
it.
have a
They're
bone
amazing.
to pick.
I will be right back.
I have a bone to pick with BioWare romances, okay? They're just. Okay, it's not even that they're like shallow or one dimensional, because, I don't know. Video game romances, I can't expect fucking Shakespearean writing from it at this point, because there's not that many. I think compared to like just other elements of games, it's kind of a minimal amount of it, right? So my problem with BioWare romances is that it just feels like a modern day, like 2019 romance, but placed into like a fantasy medieval setting video game, or at least for Dragon Age specifically. and it just feels kind of out of place with some of the lines. Like, they're too silly, too, like, fourth wall breaking.
A little goofy.
Yeah, too goofy. And I'm just like, why do you have to be like this? Like, why can't you write it more seriously?
I feel that.
Yeah,
But
and
that's
even
just-
like, okay, so I have an example. So like
Yeah.
in 2, there's this fan service character named Fenris,
He is
I've heard of
fan-service.
him. I've heard of him.
and he's this like elf boy.
Small
and he's
bean,
like
ooh.
small bean damaged boy Uwu.
Does
Ah,
he
yes.
look like a
He looks like
Korean
an
pop
anime
star?
boy. Yes, he does.
And he has this mansion because, like, I mean, I don't want to go into it. He has a mansion, and he just sits in his mansion alone, drunk, and you have to go talk to him and be like, "You gotta pull out of this. It's not healthy for you." But this is like all in this like fantasy set. It's really
like an
weird.
angst fanfic.
Yeah, that's what it
in
reads
a
like, an
fantasy
angst
setting.
fanfic.
My favorite kind of setting.
Oh god, it's so cringe. Just stupid shit like that, and like an Inquisition, like ride the bull or what the fuck ever. Like, kill yourself, please. Like, honestly, like I'd just like it if they were a bit more romantic,
A little less stupid.
less fucking stupid.
Ride the bull.
Yeah, because like in Inquisition, there's like we's gay, so
Yay.
so all right. So for like gay male characters, there's only like 2 options. There's Dorian,
Dorian!
and yeah, Dorian's great, and like
I
the
almost made my
romance is
character gay
that's
for
like one
Dorian.
of the few good, I think, like actually good romances. And the other option is the Iron Bull, and that one's just
Awful.
it's just you get to ride the bull. Oh, he's got a big dick, and I'm like, please die.
It's just real. It's like almost me writing, and it really bothers me. I don't know if the romances were super substantiated in Origins. Like, I don't know. I haven't done a lot of them, but I feel like the dialogue options themselves and just talking to the characters felt like something I could take more seriously. Just felt like something I could get into easier. I don't know. It just feels like better.
I know I was upset when I was playing Inquisition. I don't know if you remember me talking to y'all guys about this when I first discovered, but I was like, I'm gonna romance everyone, but then I couldn't. I can't romance everyone, and also
No, sadly.
and I can't romance specific people because of the gender or the race of my character.
Well, I think that makes sense.
I
kind of
know,
like that they
but
have
I was
preferences.
totally ready for a harem, and I was kind of disappointed.
Like, on some level it makes sense because character realism and stuff. But if they had made the game that way, I don't think it would have been a problem.
Okay, but also like just like the conceit of like a Dragon Age game, they're not really trying to be taken super seriously. But then like the fact that they don't put a ton of effort into making their characters like fully fleshed out and like have all these like stories that I don't know feel complete in a way, but then in the romance department they have to feel like, oh, these characters, they have preferences. They just it just seems a little inconsistent.
Yeah.
True, you'd almost think that Dragon Age is ridiculous enough to allow you to have a harem.
I would
no
love
one
a
gives a
harem.
shit. But I think that would lower the quality of the writing even worse, so I'm not for that.
I'm all for that.
I'm all for it too because that sounds funny.
It does sound funny, but Jesus.
Like, they don't have to acknowledge that they're in a harem.
Oh, okay, so you don't want to tell the other people
Well,
that
in a
you're
lot of-
So you want to
now.
cheat on
a lot
everyone.
of games
So
that
it's
you
like-
play where you can romance multiple people, like in Persona,
Yeah?
you can romance
Well,
multiple
that's-
people.
That's a stat boost as well, though.
It is, but we also were romancing specific people.
And even if you want the stat boost, you
because we
can't.
like them bitches.
You can't. I hate you. But if you want the stat boost, the social link, you can't not romance.
Yeah, but
them.
we didn't prioritize them via stat boost. We we
Well, yeah, we wanted
chose
to
them
get
based off of waifus.
the interaction with them. But if there was an option to not romance certain ones, I probably would have done that.
We did do that with
No, I mean
Someone.
like an option like, oh, here's a just be friends dialogue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have done that because you're a whore.
Way to call Paige out.
Listen, I'm just spitting mad facts here, live, kind of, live.
Semi-live.
Semi-live,
It's
okay?
live for us.
Kale, how was your week?
That was very violent. My week was pretty good. It was okay. Mostly finishing up school stuff. Had to do a paper and some other stuff. Had a gig yesterday that was awful. It was just like university graduation ceremony. But you had to be there all day because there were 3 ceremonies.
Yeah. It'd be
And
like
it was
that.
only, I'd say, it was not worth the money that I was paid, and so that was
You only got $150 for
kind of
that, right?
sucky. Yeah, it wasn't good for being there all day. But I mean, it was fine. It's over, and now I'm here.
You're
So that's
free.
good. Yeah.
I'm free as
You're
well,
happy
and it's a good feeling.
And free.
Welcome.
Did you get to eat while you were there?
Yeah, they gave us food. It was bad, but
What was it?
That's to be expected.
salad.
Oh, that's fucking cheap bitches.
Give me tenders.
Listen, I went to a
Nuggets.
university event. I wanted the
Nuggets.
salad. They didn't have any fucking salad. Because all the vapid white bitches ate all of the salad.
Wow, that's very problematic.
I
Why
wanted
were
the
you
salad.
reducing
See,
them?
I'm a vapid white bitch, but I don't eat salad.
Listen,
Yeah.
I was looking at the
It's too
people
healthy.
who were getting the salad.
Okay,
And they
I
were all
should've-
vapid white bitches.
I eat McNuggets.
I should have taken a picture, but for some reason the salad dressing was in flower pots.
What?
They were in
What?
okay, so maybe they weren't flower pots,
What
but
is
they
wrong with
sure
our
look
school?
like clay flower pots.
It's so you can
Is-
get
they
your
were-
immersed.
I was
in
like, oh,
salad.
this is a garden experience. This garden
It's
salad.
organic, okay?
We have
They were going for that ancient Greek feel. They had enough drachmi to afford the flower pots.
Oh, way to contrive that one.
For the
A for effort, though.
Yeah, saying drachmi was so fucking natural.
A for effort.
First thing to come to mind, ancient Greek flower pots. Alright.
drachmi.
Man.
Listen, it's relevant,
all right,
sort
so
of.
I have a little sister, and all of her friends at school, they've all started now reading the Percy Jackson series.
Oh no.
And I don't enjoy that that's coincided with me having bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I'm just gonna need that whole situation to stop. Because I don't
Don't
want to
they,
go
like-
back to that time.
Don't they like roleplay as
Yes,
the character?
okay, so they... Yeah, at school, they don't want to be referred to by their actual names. They want to, like, they role play as their favorite character.
Oh,
in
that's
the
even
book.
worse than when we were in middle school and that happened.
Yeah, we didn't LARP in middle school.
LARPing is fine, but not in this way.
No. Like, Percy Jackson LARPing might be a little too much.
That's too far.
Too far.
Who's your sister? And Percy Jackson.
Oh,
It was your sister.
I was like, what the heck?
I thought that's what you meant.
I was...
I want to say she's Annabeth.
Annabeth, the main female character.
Yes, and I
Oh, wow.
and I want to say that her friend is Alex from the second book, who's a Cyclops.
I'd be the little goat friend.
I think Groover. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, alright, some of us didn't read Percy Jackson. Some of us had fucking better things to do with our time,
you're
alright?
lucky.
I read the first book.
I read the whole
I read
series.
all of them.
Oh, kill yourself.
I have them. I have 2 copies of each book because my parents got it again for me a few years ago, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay. I'm like, but it's a nice little collector's hardbook edition, so I'm keeping it.
That's cool.
Cool kids read
Yeah.
the Warrior Cats books.
I read a lot of different books. You only read Roy.
But there were like 40 of them, and I read like 40 of them.
How are you not a furry?
I don't know,
How are you
man.
not a furry?
Listen, we need to discuss how I should be a furry, but I'm not.
You're wearing a wolf t-shirt
You know what?
today.
I am. It's
How are
one of
you
those
not a
dramatic
furry?
wolf shirts that I find to be
I've known
hilarious.
you since 2nd grade. You should definitely be a furry based off
Right?
of how you are.
I
How
would
you've always
pretend to
been.
be like a cat. But I played a game called Wolf Quest. I don't know what
I
grade
can
this
already
is.
tell
Like middle
based
school.
on the name.
But it was just a simulation game where you would like role play as a wolf and you'd go around like killing elk and eating them. It had some survival elements. And you'd just get on servers and everyone would role play as a wolf.
And you would be like, ooh, ooh.
And you're a furry.
Oh, whoa.
No,
I'm
but
a wolf.
I would go on the servers where they were role playing as warrior cats in the wolf game.
God.
And it'd be like, okay, make your wolf, and then everyone would pretend to be a cat.
Oof.
And they would have like clan battles and like
You know,
You couldn't just do this in Roblox?
I could have.
But Roblox is not Wolf Quest.
I actually did do some like wolf simulation stuff in Roblox as well.
You're a furry.
You're a
you're
furry who
just
has yet to
suppressing
transform.
I think you're just suppressing it right now. You're keeping it on the DL even to yourself, but you're a furry.
I'm suppressing it really well then because a lot of the furry art just makes me want to gouge my eyes out.
It's okay. You don't have to like the mainstream stuff, but deep down, you're a furry.
I mean,
You're like a hipster furry, but you're a furry.
show me some like furry art that will convert me. Go ahead, fucking try your best.
I mean, you don't have to look at art.
I mean, that's the
Just
furry
feel
thing, though.
the cat.
Yeah, but you don't
inside
have to follow
you know.
along with the main furry
Unleash
groups.
the beast.
You don't have to go to Fur Affinity.
I really would rather not go there.
I don't even know what Fur Affinity is,
It's
and
a place for furries.
I don't want to know.
I only know of it because I had a friend who was a furry. And she would
You
ask
did,
people
didn't
at
you?
cons if they had a Fur Affinity account.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
Listen,
Is this part of the furry dating network?
maybe.
Oh.
I mean, cons, sort of, kind of, a little bit.
yeah.
There's certain furries at cons that are okay furries, but then there's the ones that are a little too eager with their squeaky toys, bouncing up towards you, squeaking away, and you're like, oh my lord.
I'm calling
I know-
animal control.
Okay, this might be like a problematic opinion.
Go
What's
ahead.
your hot take
I
on
know
furries?
that, like, hashtag not all furries, and, like, most of the time they're just there to dress up and have fun and,
Yeah.
you know, like, but it
I've
just
met a lot
still,
of
there's,
normal
like, that
furries.
weird reaction that I get whenever, like, I see, like, a bunch of kids who are obviously excited when they see someone in an animal suit, but they walk up to them and they're like, I want a hug, and I'm like, oh god.
Okay, that's not problematic.
Parents,
Just
get
don't.
your child away from this man in the furry costume.
I would recommend removing your child.
Get this
from that
person
situation.
in the furry suit away.
Ooh, bother.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure, like, yeah, like most people in fursuits, like, you know, they probably don't want to be accosted by children anyway.
Yeah.
But
Well,
like, it's
fursuits
still
are
No normal
expensive
person
too. Making
Listen.
them and buying them is expensive,
And
so you
imagine-
don't want a child grabbing onto that.
Imagine going to like all these different cons and you have to move the fursuit
Oh,
too.
God.
Like imagine how expensive that is. Being a furry is not cheap.
This
No,
is why I
it's not.
couldn't be a furry, even if you guys are like you're a secret furry or whatever on the inside. But that's so much
Well,
effort.
there's probably different types of furries. You don't have to fall into one category to be a furry.
Yeah,
you
What's
just
can be
the
your
point
own
of
furry.
only
Wear a
like
cat
half
ear hat.
committing?
It's not half committing. You're just not doing with the
All
main
right,
group.
but cat girls is well accepted by like non-furries to be like
Furry.
acceptable.
But it's
And by
it's
non-furries,
so
I mean
furry.
weebs, of course.
You're a furry, and it's okay.
We're here
I mean-
for you.
All the signs are there, but it just didn't happen. I don't know.
Listen, we'll be here whenever you want to accept it and come out.
That's good. I'm glad to have your preemptive support.
It'll be okay.
Will it be okay, Cooper?
Well, I guess we'll see.
I mean, I'm not gonna help you build a fursuit if you ever want to do that.
I just said that was too much effort. Jeez.
Well, if you ever go crazy about it, you know. I don't want this getting out of hand.
It's okay. I'll help you build a fursuit. We get
Thanks,
some
bud.
foam.
You're a real friend. Not like this
I don't
page
know
over
if
here.
I don't know if I would help you build a fursuit.
It would be
All right,
fun.
I
I'm gonna
see-
be honest.
I see where people's loyalties lie.
I would support you emotionally.
I want more than your emotional support.
That's
I need
all I can
your
give
support
you.
building a fursuit, apparently.
So, Paige, you said you read another fan fiction.
I did. I read a lot of fan fiction.
As we know.
Yes.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I'm sleepy.
No, I'll be like, I'm gonna go read fan fiction.
I have heard that. That is true, yeah.
Mm.
At least you're honest.
I'm honest. But I was reading a Yandere fan fiction, and I actually left this one because of this line that really grossed me out.
What's the line?
There was no subtlety in this fic. Like, they kept on being like, and I want you to stay with me forever and ever and ever. And I'm like, okay, there's no subtlety happening.
Was this written by a 15-year-old?
Probably.
Probably. Most fan fiction is.
Yandere and subtlety don't really go together very
But
well.
some of them, I've read subtle ones, you know.
I'm just saying typically.
Yeah, but I filter through a lot of that dog shit.
Ignore me.
And, like, there was this guy, the Yandere, was threatening some random guy, being like, he was beating him up. He's like, stay away from her. We're gonna get married, and I'm gonna live her forever. And, you know, we're gonna be together, and we're gonna be in our own perfect little world with no bloodstains, except for bloodstains in our basement and cum stains inside her. And I was like, I'm done with this one.
Oh, no.
God.
I kept on thinking about that line for the rest of the night, too. I was like, holy shit, that was awful.
Oh.
That's fucking
Bloodstains
abysmal.
in the basement and cum stains in her.
Ugh.
Just really soak it in. Get that tattooed, man. Put it on a shirt.
Put it on your
Put
forehead.
it on my gravestone.
I was like, you can have also subtlety with somebody being sexually attracted to somebody in a story to where you don't have to be like, cum stains. Like,
I wonder how long they thought about that line before they wrote it down.
well, they rhymed bloodstains and cum stains, so not that long.
A real Shakespeare up in here. I think they spent a long
A
time.
true master of the literary arts.
How much you want to bet they thought of that line and then they wrote a
They
whole
were
thing
like
around
proud
it?
of it, yeah.
Oh my god. Like, I was like, that was awful.
Terrible.
Oh god.
So, it's the triple take.
The triple take.
Triple take.
The triple take.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what's the triple take?
And
Topic.
triple take is video game romances
Ooh.
outside of
Ooh.
Dragon Age.
Ooh.
Okay, I feel that.
I'm sure y'all have some good opinions on
I
it.
do.
Well, what's your opinion?
I need to think about it, but I'm sure it will be good.
Okay, well, I don't have much of an opinion other than it's a game mechanic that I sometimes partake in just to see what happens.
What a diplomatic response.
Yeah, it's very,
I love romance in video games.
Tell
but
us
I
about it.
prefer it if I can romance multiple people in a video game. Because I don't like making decisions. It's easier that way. I don't have to pick a favorite character. I can romance all the people, and it'll be
Yeah,
great.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Riley is shaking her head right now. That page.
I don't think the people in the game would like that very much.
The people in the game don't have feelings.
Whoa.
Weird of you to romance them if they don't have feelings.
Weird of you to play the game.
Weird of you to play the game, apparently. No, I'm not about that. I don't support her initiative. Listen, there's some good romances in Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yes, queen.
Subiel.
She's a bad bitch. I gave her flowers
Yeah, you did.
after she became mine.
I'll just let you keep that
Listen,
phrasing.
she had regular ponytail hair, default, and then after she was like, I'll be your girlfriend. I gave
Is that
her...
what she said? Are those her exact words?
Yes. And after she said that, I changed her hairstyle to the ponytail one with flowers.
Because you claimed her.
Because no.
You
'Cause
branded her.
No, it's
She's yours now.
no, it's sweet. Like it's like giving
You marked her
your
when you
boyfriend or
decided to.
girlfriend flowers for a date.
Oh.
Except she's wearing them in her hair.
I get it. It's kind of like when her master marked her on her face with a brand. It's kind of like that, right?
No, because flowers will die and wilt. That brand is there
Oh,
forever.
you'll just keep giving her flowers. Well, that's fine.
You gotta change the
not,
flowers.
I'm not gonna force the flowers onto her.
You know, the flowers, they might
sure
get
the
expensive
master
after
said
a
that.
while.
She liked me better than the master.
Well, you did kill the master, so therefore becoming her master.
I'm your master now.
This is bad.
This
All
is-
this was
is a
bad.
move.
This was a yike.
It's good material.
I agree, but
No.
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't played a game where I was like, the romance in this was just so good,
It's so realistic.
No dating
so
games.
believable.
Oh my god, dating simulators. They're... I've played a few dating simulators.
They're probably honestly the worst.
They are the worst, but they're the most entertaining, just by merit of how terrible most of them are.
True.
I love dating sims.
Like, it's just like, unless they're really bad, it's hard for me to keep going because the gameplay is so shallow.
Yeah, it's just like pick one of 3 or 4 dialogue options, and if you pick the wrong one, you fuck up. It's just like a matter of picking the right options, which you don't quite know what they are until you fuck up enough times, unless you're
Yeah.
lucky.
You know what I love? Shows based off of dating games. They're always top quality.
Oh, you're so right.
I mean, that's basically Fate Zero.
Yeah. Basically.
Was the Fate series based off a dating game?
Yeah, it's a
It
dating
was.
game.
What?
It's pretty good for a dating game series.
I didn't know that.
Some of them are good.
Which ones are the good ones?
Fate Zero.
Fate Zero.
That's the only one?
Yes.
Aren't there like a million Fates?
You can ignore those.
Fate what? Fate Zero? I've
Fate-
never heard of the other ones.
Stay Night?
No.
Fate what?
I see.
I feel like if that did exist, it would be massively
Hot
inferior.
garbage.
I see.
And have a really shitty protagonist
Uh-huh.
and really shitty set of characters.
Yep.
So, what you're telling me is Fate Stay
And
Night is
sexualize
bad.
Saber and like devolve her character from Zero.
Not give her a suit.
Not give her a suit to
Zero
wear.
Suit Saber.
Yes.
Ain't
But
even
you
that
know,
good.
since that doesn't exist, I don't need to talk about it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And it saves you the effort of having to
It
think
really
about
does.
arguments and ideas and opinions.
It really does save me that out. It wouldn't. I feel like if it did
Is-
exist, it wouldn't be worth that effort. So.
Did the dating game for Steins Gate come out before or after the show?
Well, Steins Gate is based on the game, so the game came out first.
Okay. And then Clanad was also a dating game.
That was it. You know, I can
Not
see
that
it.
Clanad's a worthwhile show.
I like Clanad.
I watched Clanad a while ago. I don't remember how I felt about it though.
I
I
liked it.
think I remember it being really slow, but
It
I still
was.
watched the whole thing.
I did too. The little song with the dumplings.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
one at the end that's like dangle
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
I know it, but I don't want to say it on the...
you know, don't expose yourself as a weeb
Yeah.
live on the podcast.
Live.
On the
Live.
podcast.
I think we all know that each person here is like a different level of
Me
weeb.
somewhat, yes.
Yes, I am playing Sekiro,
You sure are.
and I somewhat enjoy it.
You're probably
Somewhat.
the weebiest. out of
You're
all
the
of us here.
weebiest. And then you.
Yeah.
Way to
Than
expose
me.
me.
And
And then
Kale.
Kale. I've been watching anime since elementary school though, so
I started watching anime seriously in high school,
Same.
so that probably makes me a weeb, because I went through the phase of like, oh my god, all this is amazing, when I was old enough to the point where that was probably cringy, like really cringy to
Yeah.
most people.
I was aware that it was cringy, so I never told any of my friends.
You weren't just aware, you were like ashamed.
I was very ashamed.
As all weeb should be.
And I'm somewhat ashamed of things I did in the past and shows I have watched.
Do I need to tell you how many episodes of Fairy Tail I watched before I realized it was hot garbage?
I can tell you how many I watched.
It was at least 200.
I watched 52.
Your laugh.
I watched all of Bleach.
You hate yourself.
So much of it
How?
was bad. The pacing was horrible. There were just a bunch of
his power.
complete arcs
His power. Oh,
that were
His power.
he's
awful.
using the. Oh my god.
Okay,
I have to do it.
the Bount arc was a mistake.
That's where I dropped the show.
People somehow liked the Fullbringer arc. It was also a mistake. And then the show ended after the Fullbringer arc, so it was just really worth nothing. After Aizen, no reason to watch past episode, like, whatever that was, 315. Okay, even the fact that I say that I can watch 315 episodes of Bleach.
Oh god.
No, well, I watched all the way to the last one before it was canceled, so that's like 360, whatever. It was a mistake. One of the... It was bad. It was bad. It's
Listen.
like Warframe is bad.
Oh god.
Listen, you watched 300 and...
Yeah, you watch what freaking One Piece
Well, I watched all of One Piece that is out. I am caught up
deceased.
to see...
Okay, but I think One Piece is probably the
One
best
Piece
of
is...
the three we've listed
Okay,
here.
but
One
there's
Piece is
so
like
many episodes.
It's
True.
it took me like a year and a few months to get caught up with the anime. Okay, and the anime is behind the manga, which I plan on starting to read. But I think One Piece stays like somewhat consistently good throughout. Well, I mean, it starts out kind of like, bleh, like kind
Yeah.
of slow and just kind of like I don't really care what's going on. But then it ramps up, and like the amount of shit and the amount of like world affecting stuff that the Straw Hat Pirates do is like, holy shit, this is kind of hype. I kind of enjoy watching this.
I don't know, I'm just not a fan of the aesthetic.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like it's really goofy but it's goofy. What am I trying to say? It's like goofy sort of in the way that JoJo is goofy, and you just kind of get past it once like all the characters start doing stuff. Like early on there's a guy named Bon Clay, and he just looks awful, but he's probably one of the best characters in the show. I'll stop talking now.
Is it like a Danganronpa Goofy?
Kind of.
Where like it's aware it's goofy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, I've seen like 100 episodes of One Piece.
I've also watched all of Naruto minus the filler, and that was a struggle.
I've seen most of Naruto, but I didn't see the last.
That was late game Naruto is a complete waste of time.
Yeah, that's where I haven't was.
The Sasuke retrieval arc is it's the meme that everyone says it is. It's fucking awful, but I watched all of it. It's so fucking terrible.
I'm so glad that I was never like a middle school weeb. Cause
Oh, no, I watched this in high
Naruto.
school.
Oh god,
You watched it in high school?
what
I
the
did.
fuck? You watched it when it wasn't relevant anymore.
I watched like the end of Naruto Shippuden when Naruto Shippuden was ending. So it was still like kind of relevant when I got caught up.
I
Kind
watched
of
it
relevant.
in elementary and middle school.
God.
The show
You really
ended.
are a weeb. Oh my god.
I watched it. The show ended like right before we graduated.
I thought it was done way before then.
No.
I hate that.
The
Hate
show
that a whole
ended
lot.
right before we
I don't
graduated.
know. After my Bleach middle school phase, I guess I'm still really picky on anime. I can't really watch most of it.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm a little less picky than him though.
I can consume a lot of garbage content.
Well, I used to.
Obviously based on the fan fiction.
I watched both season 1 and 2 of Gatchaman.
Ugh,
The new Gatchaman, not the old one. The one with the busty girl
it's so bad.
who then shoves a man inside of her body via her breasts.
Ew.
Oh, that's not a good show.
And then she gets bustier season 2.
No.
Well, there was
I didn't. No thanks.
there was a time where I would just watch everything that I came across, but I watched so much hot garbage that now I can't really watch anything now. So like this past year, I've probably watched 2 shows.
Okay, can we
3?
talk about the show famine
Yeah.
or our show famine of 2018 to 2019.
Yeah, because there's a lot of shows coming out, but I just don't want to watch
And
any of them.
No.
like they're probably good, and I'd probably enjoy them. And I know there are shows that I just stopped in the middle of, like early 2018. I just haven't gone back.
Except for Armed Librarians.
Except for Armed Librarians.
Armed Librarians is the greatest
gotta tell you.
anime ever made.
It's so alright. So it's Book of Bantora, Armed Librarians,
the greatest.
and it's so bizarre, and it's an experience.
What's the plot? Can you try your best to describe the plot?
Okay. So there's this woman named Hamutes Meseta.
Hamutes Meseta. Write that down.
Spell it.
Take notes.
And she is a bad bitch that kills people with rocks. She like throws them
Like can.
Slingshot.
with a slingshot, and like is a sniper but with pebbles.
Why does this sound familiar?
I hope you didn't watch this show.
And there's so
Kale
people-
over here
when-
is trying to get me to
When
watch
they
it.
die, people make books, as they're called, but they're just stone tablets. But they are infused with the memories of the people that were alive. And the librarians collect them. But there are some bad people that want to steal the books and also kill Hamutes Meseta. And there's this weird, like, thing between them and heaven or something. And then also there's, like, a nation conflict, and the last episode has them going to war or something.
Okay.
It's really weird.
So you know how some anime gets so like symbolic and esoteric that it just stops making sense altogether? And it's like the heaven, the world, and everyone.
Yes, and I don't
Also,
like
there
it
are
all that
people
much.
with, like, meats.
they were in a dream all along.
There are people called
Someday
meats
without
that, I guess they have no personality or something. I don't
So,
remember
Paige?
why they,
What?
Get that
bunch of them
done.
had bombs implanted in them or something. I don't. Listen, it's weird, but you should watch it because you'll just feel the sense of emptiness and bewilderment.
I don't know if I
There
want
was
that.
joy as well. There was an amount of
Joy.
joy.
You know what was a good anime?
No,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0.
he just kills people.
He murders people. in
What?
Season 0. He lit a man on fire.
Yeah, he just he kills them with
Yugi
games.
sounds like a savage.
Didn't
He's
he
much
not
better.
push someone? Into,
Didn't he
a
like
river or
strangle
something?
someone?
I
Like
think he pushed somebody off a
I
building.
think that yeah, that's what it was. And it was that in like the first episode.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
He
It was real
like
good. Did Kaiba have green hair?
yeah, he
did.
did.
Yugi. I enjoy these shows. You know what's the best show?
What?
Dance with Devils.
Well, yeah, obviously Dance with
That's
Devils.
based
I-
on
that
a
goes
video
without
game.
saying.
A dating game.
Okay, we have to talk about Babel.
Oh.
Babel.
Maybe we
Nisei.
shouldn't.
Babel
Two.
to Infinity, Beyond Infinity, is a show.
Paige is dying over here.
It's
I
about
hate Babel.
a Japanese schoolboy named Koichi
Named
Kamiya.
Babel, Master
Shut
Babel.
the fuck up. You're spoiling it.
He's Master Babel.
His name is Koichi Kamiya,
Master Babel.
and he was adopted, so he can fuck his sister. And
Who we later find out is his cousin,
no, it's his.
adopted.
Anyways, he can fuck her. Is the point.
Adopted cousin?
I don't know. I
Uh-huh.
don't remember.
But he finds out that he is the descendant of Babel. He's Babel the second.
So he's Master Babel.
So he goes to the Tower of Babel.
with a cheetah, a leopard.
It's a panther.
Okay.
His name is Lodum.
Yes.
It's all very like religious.
They have a screaming chicken.
Its name is
Lopros.
Lopros. You're such a fake fan. Jesus.
I watch it at a very rapid pace.
And the episodes are so incoherent that we've, like, a lot of people in this group have seen it, like, 3 or 4 times at this
I
point.
haven't
and we
seen it at
still
all.
can't describe what the plot is in any way, shape, or form. What I just said about him being Babel the Second, I don't know why the fuck he's Babel. I can't explain that. Like,
In the first episode, doesn't he like wake up and he has sand in his hand?
Yeah.
and he
it
looks
says
at
the
it and
chosen
he's like,
chosen
sand.
boy.
The only thing I can remember is I've seen 3 episodes now
Over the course of 3 years,
of 3 years.
Yeah, she watches one episode.
A year.
on April 1st.
Day.
I remember the library. I remember Augusta,
Auguste.
and I remember Master Babel.
Me gusta.
I remember there was a girl. The tits of her shirt got blown off.
Oh yeah, they did.
What's her name?
I
her
don't
name?
know.
And
She
then
had
at-
that pistol.
I know, what's her
Yeah,
name?
and then at the end she had a gun, and then that's where the episode ended, and now I have to wait a year. I don't know what happened though.
Oh, yeah, did she shoot that guy? We don't know.
I
We'll
don't
find out
know
in a
why
year.
she was supposed. Who was she supposed to shoot? I don't remember who her gun was aimed at or why.
A bad man.
A bad.
A
There was
bad-
a bad man.
I guess.
A big
Was
bad.
it the government?
Okay,
Is
so
she the
I'll tell you
government?
I
there's-
don't know.
Okay, Lodum is his faithful panther servant who calls
This
him
bitch.
Master Babel every 5 seconds.
Master Babel.
Master Babel.
Master Babel. But he is able to
I know this.
morph into other things like nets or other animals. And we were watching an episode of Babel, and we saw like a dolphin in the distance, and I was like, what if the dolphin was Lodum and he turns into and he turns back into a panther and says Master Babel, and then the dolphin slowly gets closer and closer and pops up on the shore and says Master Babel and morphs back into a panther, and I was so deceased.
Okay, listen, every time Babel is in danger of, like, death, he's, like, shot or something, it's like, psych, and then he turns into the panther and says, Master Babel. Babel was behind the pillar all along.
This show sounds fucking unwatchable.
It's amazing, actually. You missed out
Incoherent.
when you didn't watch it with us.
You gotta
Listen.
wait a year.
Okay. Well, maybe I won't be so busy with projects
See-
and feel dead inside.
It started because I refused to watch it after seeing like the first episode twice, and I was like, I realized I fucking hate the show, and I want nothing more. And they're like, let's watch all of it.
There's only 12 or 13 episodes.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
God.
that shit. I did watch all of Jubei though, except for season 2.
That's a garbage show.
Jubei's great.
It's garbage.
It's about a girl.
With a lovely iPad.
There's this man who's lived like hundreds of years, and he's like, I can't die because my master gave me this lovely eye patch to give to a bootylicious and boobylicious girl. And then he finds Jubei, and he goes, my master's name was Jubei, but his master was an old man. He goes, Master Jubei, take this lovely eye patch. And she goes, no thanks, I don't want this, and throws it into the water.
I don't want that.
And he like dives after it, and if she puts on the eye patch, she becomes like a badass ninja samurai lady.
Oh my god.
And it just has the worst animation and plot, and also voice acting, where to the point where I can't tell if it's a joke or not for sure. But there's just so many scenes where he's like, "Where is the like?" She's biking to school, and she's like, "Get away! I'm gonna be late." And he's like, "Where is the lovely eye patch, Jubei? Do you have it with you?" And she's like, "No." "Where is it, Jubei?" "At home." "Okay." "In the garbage." And I'm like, oh. I love this show.
Listen, those are the funniest scenes. Those are the only good scenes in
There's some
that
good
whole
scenes.
show. The
There's-
rest is boring.
There's these 3 girls that are supposed to be like the mean girls, but they don't animate them. They just kind of shake. And I love it.
Wiggle around like little maggots.
What the fuck? Wait. Why was that the first,
He
like,
has a lot of anger
simile
suppressed because of all the
that came
project.
to your mind?
Just another insect, if you ask me.
Okay, caustic. Alright. Doki doki.
I'm quitting the podcast.
Jordan Peterson is right about many things.
I'm no longer a part of
I
this.
have never said that.
Caustic may have said that.
And Caustic is the one who said it. Caustic is Jordan Peterson.
Was that supposed to be Kermit?
Jordan Peterson, Kermit the Frog, what's the difference?
Nobody knows the real
Please do
tea.
your Kermit
Sips on the
again.
tea.
Please try again,
Okay,
please.
hold on. Oh, the lobster hierarchy.
It's too high pitched.
You sound more like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh bother.
Oh, the lobster hierarchy.
To be fair, I can't do Kermit.
I've got
either.
this. Hi, I'm Jordan Peterson. I like...
Are you Kermit or a nerd? Like,
You sound like
Listen, I
Kermit
can't.
or-
you
the
sound like
bird
Grandma from Rhapsody Christmas.
sound
Okay, alright.
So
So if y'all...
Christmas.
If you've never watched Rhapsody Street Kids, it's this Christmas...
No, you don't have to explain this. They
No,
know.
explain this during Christmas. It'd be better. This is the preview for the Christmas. Oh, God.
Thanks, Grandma.
Just look up Rhapsody Street Kids if you've never heard of it. It's a joy.
This episode has devolved.
It's a classic Christmas movie, like It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart and all that.
Yeah, it's probably the best Christmas movie I've ever seen.
It's a modern classic, made in the good year of 2001.
It really fills me with joy, is all I can say. Christmas spirit. And
There
all
are some
that.
good memes.
It gives off the similar feeling of Fairy Godmother.
That's kind of an insult to Fairy Godmother.
It's not a good show.
Yeah, but have you looked at Rhapsody Street
I
Kids
have.
recently?
I
And have you
have.
looked at Fairy Godmother?
Fairy Godmother does look better,
It's more like...
but they bring me with a
Objectively
similar
better.
thing.
Scary Godmother.
I want to say it's a little closer to like... what is the name of that show that the Glove Go Gab Galab is from?
Oh God!
That was in the back of my mind. Fucking.
I had forgotten about
it was
that.
purged, and you
It
brought
was-
it
Keep on
back.
spitting on me.
I think it was like the Adventures of Stravinsky.
Stravinsky.
Can we talk about how those Glob Go Gab Galab memes were inescapable for like a month or two?
Especially because
I
of a
love
certain
books.
someone.
What do you mean? I did not...
I am
You
the
partook.
Glumgo Gabgo Lab.
Wasn't that an emote in one of our chats? And
Yes, I
did
made
delete
it.
that?
I deleted it.
Okay.
You deleted my beautiful Photoshop.
hated seeing that thing. Fucking hated it.
It's not a good show.
Bad meme.
It was a movie, actually. Fucking fake fan.
I know, because I watched it with y'all.
Yeah, you did. We watched it.
That was
The
awful.
whole
I think
thing, all 40 minutes.
Wait, wasn't there a cello in that movie?
It was
was
alive.
there?
And it was alive.
Yes.
And it was, I like to play music, but I cannot leave this house.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You fucking
So-
chillist.
It was
Creepy
so
Celloist.
Okay,
Celloist.
alright. So besides that, that cello in the Glub Go Gab Galab movie, I'm also a really big fan of the episode of Sailor Moon, where there's, who is it that plays the violin?
Sailor Neptune.
Okay, so Sailor Neptune's playing the violin.
Or Michelle.
There's this,
Michelle, if you're a shit taste bitch.
there's this, I don't know, how they turn things into demons or daemons or whatever they're called in the show.
Damon.
But the violin is cursed and becomes Octave,
A woman
which is this alive violin woman
with a great figure.
that just screams. It's like, oh!
They're like Pokemon.
It's really great. Love it.
You like that?
Yeah.
You would, wouldn't you? We really skipped over the video game romance bullshit.
Yeah, well, like I
Oh,
said,
I'll give
it
my
devolved.
take.
Go ahead.
What is your take? 1 hour and 9 minutes into the episode.
It's never
it's
too late.
gonna be the hottest take
Hottest take.
Hottest take.
They suck most of the time, and are usually a pain to bother with. Like, I mean, I'll do them because I just hope one day that I'll find one that's like, this is worthwhile.
This was well written.
Yeah.
That's what
I care
hope
about
for.
the person I'm trying to bang
But,
or be with.
Most of the time, they're just bad and sad because a lot of times, like, it almost, like, makes them not a character anymore.
Yeah, I feel
because
that.
they're just sort of reduced to, like, the romance option. And in that way, it's, like, kind of sucky.
He's got a big dick.
Ew,
Ride the bull.
Ride the bull.
Mozambique. Well, since no one else has a hot take on video game romances, I guess it's time we wrap this episode up. Thank you for listening to the Leftovers podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on Google Play and iTunes. So if you want to listen to us again on those, feel free.
Please do.
Stains.
Please
Shut
do.
the fuck up, Jesus.
Share this podcast with your friends. Get the word out.
Share it with your family.
Maybe
Share it
not.
with
Share it with your
mom.
mom, yeah.
Or your
Especially
dad.
your mom.
Or your dog. Or cat. I don't know what pet
Share
you
it
have.
with your young children.
Maybe don't do
Show
that.
it to grandma.
You might traumatize the
Grandma
children
in the hospital.
while she's dying.
Share it with your classmates if you're in school. Make it your project.
I agree with that.
Oh god, this is done. This is over.
It's over.
Farewell.
Well,
It's dead.
thanks
As-
for
as
listening.
people's
See ya.
Oh, God.
See y'all next Wednesday. Goodbye.